Hello, everyone, and welcome to Chemistry. My name is Dr. Rhonda Kofelt, and I am thrilled to be your instructor this semester in all this craziness that we're living in this pandemic. But we're going to get through it together, and I promise you I'll be here for you. So if you have questions or you need me, you reach out and contact me, and I will get back to you. The first thing I'm going to show you is just the fact sheet. This I'm talking about this right here. This just the fact sheet is got a lot of the relevant information that gets you kind of started with everything. If you can't get into the portal for whatever reason, you can go into Blackboard hopefully this way. These are your textbook options here. There is one other option that's not listed, which is the mastering homework, which is in the $80 range. If you don't want a book, you don't think you need one, that's fine. Please, please, please buy the workbook though, because it's going to have your in-class homework and slides and things like that. Now, I've made a few changes, and so when there are going to be changes, I'm going to point those out to you so that you can look at them. They're not huge changes. Usually I have deleted things rather than added things in. So just be aware of that there may be a few changes, but I will let you know. We were in the process of updating it when the pandemic struck, so we didn't get a chance to finish that. So hopefully we will get that done by next semester. But honestly, it's a lot of work for us, just like it is for you having to go online and do all this stuff. Over here, I just have some information, my email address if you need to reach out to me. We're going to use Remind for texting. It's not mandatory that you do that, but it's your friend, so you probably want to do that. I'm going to be offering some Collaborate sessions, and I've got them listed right here. This is, you can just go to this, or you can go into Blackboard and click on the Collaborate button, and it'll take you there, and then you just click on the room and you'll be in the same place. But either way, there is a Collaborate app. And the Collaborate app allows you to use your phone. You can go in with your phone, but the app makes it a little bit easier. If you think you're going to come into any like review sessions or anything like that, and you'd like to come in on your phone because you're out and about or whatever, then that's cool. So feel free to do that. I've got the bookstore information here, and then the Calhoun tutoring information. So and so like I said, this is just the facts sheet. We do start Wednesday the 19th, so it's a little bit funny to start on a Wednesday, but that's what we're doing. This is what your book looks like, so if you want to make sure you're getting that right Tro version. So and then I've got your grading here, how you're going to be assessed, because everybody always wants to know that right up front. Five unit exams, 10 module practice quizzes. There's 2 modules in a unit. Okay, so that works out. Your lab quizzes and reports are 200. Your module homework assignments are 100 points, and then your unit discussion is 100 points. What I don't have on there is that there will be a comprehensive exam. It's optional unless you have below a B average at the end. Then you should take it. If you have a B and you could use that will replace an exam. So if you want to do that, you're welcome to, and we can sit down and figure out if that's a possibility. I have the standard grade scale, so just usual thing. This, I'm going to show you a blown up version of this here in a minute. This is your pre-course requirements, and so this is what you're going to be doing that first week, or you can be doing it, before that if you were in the email thing that I sent out before the class began. So this is me, and I'm not in my office because we're not going on campus, so my phone is not a good way to reach me. But if you sign up for reminding, you're texting me. I don't see your number, you don't see mine. But you can text me, and that's, like you respond to text a lot faster than you do email. So do I. But email, I'll get you pretty quick. So either way, my office hours are going to be in Blackboard Collaborate or Zoom. I really like Zoom. So if it's a one-on-one, I'll just send you a link and you just log in and you can go right in through your phone or your computer or whatever you want to do. This is the first semester of chemistry here at Calhoun, and there are 3 sections of you taking this course with me this semester. All right, and everything is online. And one thing I'd like to show you at the beginning is why do we even care about learning chemistry? And here's why. Okay, if you recognize that, that was the explosion in Beirut that happened just last week. And the explosion happened because they were storing a fertilizer, ammonium nitrate, in large quantities in a warehouse with no security and no containment or anything. And a fire started. Don't know if somebody set it or, it was an accident. But that fire ignited that ammonium nitrate. This is the same thing that blew up the Oklahoma City building back in the 90s. So ammonium nitrate is used as a fertilizer, but it can also be used for a bomb. And so it's important that we understand chemistry, and if you were to see something like that, that you would know whether you're going to major in it or not, that it's super important that we understand it. All right. um, I give you these up front because these are your course learning outcomes, and we have course learning outcomes, and this is what you're expected to know how to do when we get done with this course. And by having these here, then I link the unit outcomes in each unit, each of the 5 units. And so then we learn things that allow us to be able to understand these course learning outcomes. So it's very important. I use these outcomes to decide what your examinations are going to be and what your labs are going to be and everything. So everything is built around these learning outcomes. This is just a quick summary of what we're doing in Unit 1 and what each module within the units are, and then the labs. The lab outline, sometimes I have to change that a little bit, but we try to keep it as much as we can. For labs, we're using Labster. And Labster is almost VR. It's very, very three-dimensional. It looks like you're in the lab doing it, so it's kind of a cool way to do everything. Then there are a few, if you notice, that have Blackboard beside them. And those are just some, like these two are worksheets that are going to reinforce the naming and the molecular shapes and things like that. And then this one, I have set up where you watch a YouTube video of a student doing this lab. This is one that we did in class, and I really couldn't find a better way to do it. And so we're going to watch that video, and then you're following along with our procedure, and then you're going to fill out everything and complete that lab. And then there is a quiz that you take for that one. So, and all of that information is there. It's explained to you as you're going. And then this one is a reflection lab, and you're going to kind of give me some feedback. And this actually is a something that the college does. So it's a college-wide thing. And this, at least in our department, and it tells me how you are doing, and you're going to, by explaining to me the 3 things that you think you're going to be able to use and figuring out how you're going to use them and like that. So that is pretty much a gimme if you just spend a little bit of time with it. So you're going to see a checklist, and I have it kind of like in 2 pages when I have it on there, and you're going to find that in course information course syllabus, and then the checklist. And the checklist literally is to keep you from forgetting to do something. And so if you will follow along with this, okay, I read the syllabus, I watched the syllabus thing, I attended a collaborate or whatever. You can do either one. You can either do the syllabus quiz or you can come and ask questions in the collaborate sessions that I have talked about. Introduction, discussion, register for remind, and all that stuff, okay? And then some of these things have due dates. Notice that I have something called a bonus over there. If you get those done by the due date, you have between today and the 24th to get those done, then you will receive those bonus points. Some of them you have to have done by the 24th to be counted present anyway. So I'm giving you bonus points for doing what you're supposed to do. So hey, can't beat that, right? So just blowing this up a little bit, your first week, now you get this done and get started on Module 1 anytime you want to. I've opened this, okay, so you can work ahead. Just don't get ahead of me getting things, on there. I'm having to redo my videos for this course, so I will be maybe a module or two ahead of you. So please, if you get to a place and you don't see it, then you're going to have to rest a minute. But I'm going to do those as quickly as I can, so I'll keep up with everybody. But anyway, like I said, you just check these off as you do them. I've got it where you can print it off on 2 pages, and so you have plenty of room to write on there. For these first ones, I even tell you where you find them, because now we're just really getting used to where to find things in the Blackboard shell. The other thing I want to point out to you is that for the Labster and the Mastering Chemistry, which are the things that you pay for, those you have a 2-week grace period, okay? So you can go ahead and register for them and start doing your homework and start finishing your labs. So there's no excuse to be late on those, because you have a 2-week period in order to get those paid for. So if you're waiting on financial aid, or Aunt Molly is going to give you some money or whatever, just make sure you do that, okay? You'll have 2 weeks, but you can still register by the 24th. There's no reason why you can't do that. The checklists after that are going to be by units, and I'll give you the dates that they run through at the top. I give you the due date ranges. Okay, notice that you're going to have Module 1 due on a Monday at midnight, 11:59 p.m., end of day. And then you're going to have another module, the second module, due the following Monday. And then you're going to have a week to take that exam. Okay, so it's exam week. So really, if you get everything done and you feel confident, go ahead and take that as early in that period as you can and get started on the next unit. And that way, because if you run into a problem or you're having trouble with it or whatever, then you can, maybe have a little extra time to get that done. Alrighty. These videos that I'm making, along with your these in-class notes, have problems on them. Those problems are usually pretty similar to what I ask on the exam. So make sure that you work through those. If you buy the workbook, the answer keys at the back, if you choose to print them, because I do provide them if you want to print them, but it's really cheaper to get them in that book. The keys, I put the keys down there with it also, and it's the keys to all of them. So once you print that off once, you'll have the keys to them if you're going to print those off. The only reason people usually print them is if they want them in color, because the notebook is not in color. Like I said, I've already showed you your grading plan from just the facts, so just reiterating in case you forgot. But basically 60% or 600 points is the examinations and quizzes. One thing that I'm doing for you is that you have unlimited attempts on these practice quizzes, and they're polled. So you will get different questions every time you do it. They may repeat, but you'll get a different test every time. And so you really need to take it more than once anyway, so that you can see several of those. Also on your labs, you get unlimited attempts on the labs until you get 100. Okay, so same with your practice quizzes. And even the practice quizzes, if you get 100, you can go back and do them again. Just practice, 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 right? On your homework assignments, I can't give you unlimited. It won't let me, so I gave you 6 attempts. Okay, and most of the problems, you have 6 attempts, I think. So, you know, don't try to just do them over and over again to get the right answer, because if you do that, you're not going to know how to do it. All right, then we are having discussions in this course. The discussions are worth 20 points. Okay, if I'm giving you 20 points, which is basically what I give you for a lab report, okay, that means I expect something from you. I expect you to put some time into these, because if you don't give me your best effort on that, I'm not going to give you my best effort when I grade it. Okay, so please make sure that you treat these seriously. I really tried to come up with some interesting things, no matter what your major is. So I hope that you will find that you will connect with these and you'll find these interesting. And it's not like something you have to cite references or anything like that. I usually give you things to look at or read, or point you in the right direction, and then you're telling me what you think and your opinions, and then you're going to respond to your classmates. And I want you to talk to each other, right? Because you're not alone out there. So as I said, your assignments are guided notes with videos, and then your Mastering Chemistry homework, okay? And your Mastering Chemistry homework is by module. So they're going to be due every Monday. All right, labs, they're going to be due every Monday as well. You're going to have 2. I try to be symmetrical. I don't know, it's a thing. But just make sure that you're looking to see which ones are in Labster and which ones are on Blackboard, so you know where to do those. Your discussions, one of the bonus opportunities is your introduction discussion, and so you want to get that knocked out, because that gives me some information about you. There's a learning assessment that you can do as well, that'll kind of help you understand how you study, and it helps me to help you if I need to. Then we have unit discussions, and they'll be 2 times in the unit, and so it'll be the first Monday and the second Monday. The only time you won't have these things due is on exam day, because you've got that whole week to do the exams. And as I said, you've got practice quizzes or tests, I forgot what I called them, and then your unit exams, which will contain 2 modules worth of information. So attendance for online courses is recorded within the first week. So that means you guys show up the first week, you've got to do some things. You've got to submit the syllabus quiz or attend a Collaborate session, because I'm going to be able to print off who was there. And if you attend the Collaborate session, you don't have to do the syllabus quiz. You also have to register for Pearson and Labster by 8/24. And remember, you don't have to pay. You just have to register, okay? In order to succeed, you've got to be in there almost every single day, unless you've worked ahead because you're going to Florida. Bad decision these days. But, you can work ahead, but deadlines are every Monday. So your assignments and labs and discussions will be due the first Monday and the second Monday, and your practice quizzes too. And then that last Monday, the third Monday, will be your exam. Okay? So having said that, if you run into a bind, or you get sick or whatever, I will be understanding to a point, but unless you do it every single time we have something. So just if you talk to me about it, if you know you're going to be gone, let's work it out ahead of time. That way you don't have to worry about whether or not I'm going to let you or not. If you something comes up and you just can't do it, email me or text me as soon as you possibly can, so that we're communicating about it, okay? Otherwise, you're going to see a 0 show up until we get it taken care of, all right? And so you're going to see what that does to your grade, and it's not a pretty picture. If you do it more than one time, I am going to deduct some points, and how much I deduct depends on how many times you do it. Honestly, don't lose points for that. It's silly because it's chemistry can be difficult, and you want to get all the points you can. Okay, you don't want me taking points away. All right, and I don't want to. So in communication, we use Calhoun email and Remind. And these things I'm telling you about, if you're in Blackboard and you don't know how to do something, go to the help button on the left hand side, and that'll give you information about how to do just about anything we're doing. And then also I have for you what's called the Student Center Discussion Board, and that is for you all to, it's not graded, but if you run into a problem with a lab especially, post it on that board, okay? Instead of 15 people emailing me about it, I'll see those because you can subscribe to these. And if you've already seen that problem and you know how to fix it, then tell that person what to do, okay? This is where y'all can help each other, all right? It is still a class. And I don't want to mandate stuff like that because, really you should want to help people out, right? My response times, email is going to be returned within 24 to 48 hours. Typically, I'm within a few hours. I'll just tell you because I try to be very, very responsive to you guys because I know y'all are out there on your own kind of. Remind is the fastest way usually to get a response from me. I'll always answer those the same day. If I don't respond to you, I am usually asleep, and I don't sleep a whole lot. All right. So assignments, labs, practice tests, and quizzes and exams, you're going to get immediate feedback from those. Okay, I've got it set up where it's going to grade that, and it's going to give you feedback. If you think something was wrong, okay, you need to send that question to me as soon as you do it. Like if it's something on an exam you think was wrong, then get that to me quickly so I can go in there and look at it, because if it was wrong for you, it was probably wrong for somebody else, and I can go ahead and fix it before the whole class encounters it, okay? So no more than 24 hours would, no horses, no more than 24 hours will I respond, okay? Please note that when I talk about due times and all that, I'm talking about Central Time because that's where we are, okay? If you are not in Central Time, I'm so sorry, but you need to adjust your time to coincide with mine. So if you're in Eastern Time and I tell you it's got to be in by midnight, then you got, till 1, all right? So just make sure you get it in Central Time, okay? Last thing I want to tell you, last, free tutoring. If you're new to Calhoun, we have free tutoring, and even though we aren't on campus, you can still get it. It's online. They've got it all worked out. They work with Collaborate and Zoom and all kinds of stuff, and they can do their whiteboard. Some of them will do it Skype, just ever how you need it. Okay, they can do it on the phone. Just ever how you want to do it, they will do it, okay? We've got it set up. You're going to know how to do Collaborate once you come to a review session or whatever. So I may even bring some of them in just so you can see the tutors and all. We're going to have some, in addition to the Collaborate sessions this week, to tell you exactly how to get to certain things and how to set things up. After that, I'm going to do review sessions during test week for sure. And if y'all want more than that, then I'm going to do more. Okay, I'm going to do what you guys want, whatever this class needs. You can make tutoring appointments by going to this address, and they will tell you exactly what to do. Miss Lisa and Miss Felicia are there, I think, on Monday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays this semester, and they are phenomenal, and they will get you taken care of one way or the other. You also have access to something called tutor.com, which is 24/7. So if you can't get an appointment or it's, 3 a.m. or whatever, usually you can get a tutor through tutor.com. So keep that in mind, and you can actually access that from the Blackboard home screens. Okay, so if you see the tutor.com or if you see this STAR Institute, that's what we're talking about. That's the STAR Institute. All right, and Miss Valerie Cox is the director of that, and she will make sure that Miss Lisa and Felicia take care of you and that the tutors take care of you as well. And then finally, I just want to remind you of the Collaborate sessions. They are not mandatory, okay, but I'm going to have one at 10 o'clock on Wednesday, one at 6 p.m. on Wednesday, then on Thursday at noon, and Friday at 7. I was trying to get as many times and all that as I can. I'm not doing them at 8 o'clock. Sorry. If I'm working from home, I stay up really late, and that's a lot of times when students are needing me. Okay, so just make sure that you do that. Okay, and as I said, once you see Collaborate, it's so super easy. All right, the informations for joining with your phone and everything are in Help. Remember, if you don't know how to do something, go to Help in Blackboard. It's one of those buttons to the left. Or you just click on this link right here, and that will take you directly to the Collaborate room that we're going to be doing. But don't come until that time because it's an open room. Okay, so this is an open room, and what that means is if you decided to set up a study group or whatever, as long as I don't have something scheduled in there, then you can go in and with your study group also and use Collaborate so that you can see each other and you can share your screens and all that stuff. So you'll see kind of how that works when you come to one of these sessions. All right. So it is a pleasure. I'm really looking forward to getting to know you this semester, and I hope that we get to see each other in a Collaborate